You said you were laughing when you pulled off after shooting Ricky?
Yeah.
Why is that?
So I always laugh.
When do you always laugh?
When I'm excited.
What? Obviously, shooting someone makes you excited?
Yeah.
And you dropped the van off? Where'd you drop this whole van off at? Just tell us.
No.
Were you?
Nope.
I don't have anything further on Ricky Williams.
I thought of something, Raphael. When you said Ricky came up to the van, what side of the van did he come up to?
The driver's side.
Do you know which way you were facing on California?
Yeah. Let's get north. East. Toward Gravel. That's east.
Okay. You're facing towards Gravelite?
Yeah.
Okay. And to cover that 38, whatever happened to that 38?
I buried it.
Okay, you buried it?
No, I didn't. I kept it with me at that time.
Okay, at that time you kept it with you.
Yeah.
And then later on, you buried it.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And where, to your knowledge, where's that gun at now?
In Detective Freddie Wills' possession.
Okay. And we're gonna cover that again in detail. When we start talking about the other two cases, we're gonna cover that in detail about the 38. Okay. But anything else you can think about Ricky Williams?
No.
Todd?
No.
Okay. So we've covered that. What we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the page 10 homicide. Okay? Now I'm going to turn it over to Detective Wills from East St. Louis. Happened in his jurisdiction. He's going to have some questions for you, and just go like we did here again. You explain to him what took place. Okay? Right?
Raphael, on October 9th, 1999, this year, at page 10, nightclub in East St. Louis, a security officer was shot. Can you tell me about your involvement in that?
Yeah. Me, a Jane Doe, and a Jane Doe mother, and Jane Doe mother boyfriend, John Doe, went over to the club, page 10. And it was, we was in there, and we went back to the back by the bathroom. Her mother had to use the bathroom. She went in the bathroom. We were standing outside the bathroom waiting to take some pictures, waiting for her mother to come out the bathroom. And a big old guy, I think he was a gang member, a GD or something. He get the beating on the door telling her, come on out the bathroom, let me in here. And he said that a couple times. I told him, man, won't you just let the lady go and use the bathroom and she'll be right out, And he talking about, man, I won't use the bathroom. He say, bitch, come on out right now. I say, man, won't you show some respect for the lady and let the lady finish using the bathroom, man. She'll be out in a minute. And it was the woman's bathroom. And he said, what the fuck you got to do with it? I said, I got nothing to do with it, nigga. That's my people. And then I say, he said, and I said, and that's her boyfriend right there. He said, well, he ain't saying shit. And he said, nigga, I am saying something. Won't you get up off the door? And the dude started, going off on me, And then I started going off on him, cursing him out, and I heard a whistle. Then all these gang members, GDs up in there, started mounting up. All of them started coming back there. All of them was mounting up. I had a 38 in the club with me.
What kind of 38 did you have?
A 38 special, the same one I described earlier.
Okay, can you give me that description again?
Black steel with a pearl handle with a chip on the handle. and got detective special on the barrel. You know, I had that already in there. And he went up there, up front, started talking to all the dudes. The gals that was with him was telling me, leave it alone, leave it alone. I started going off on him while he was walking away. And they started mounting up. So all of them started getting together in the group, about 20 out. So I told the girl I would, I said, I'm just going and try to squash this shit so I won't fuck up all night. And I went over there to the dude, I told him, I said, man, they ain't even no truth. We don't leave that shit alone. They ain't about shit. And I stuck my hand out. I said, we don't let that go. And he said, nigga, get your bitch ass out of my face. And I told him, punk ass nigga, handle your business, nigga. Nigga, it's on. Whatever you want to do, nigga, it's on. And I went, got on the payphone.
What's the payphone at?
Around all the way up to the end of the bar to the left. Right off the bar. So I made a phone call, called somebody, John Doe too, told him, come to the east side. You know, told him I was gonna send somebody down, because page 10 hard to find if you ain't never been there. So I sent the girl and her mother, I told him to bring some shit over there. He brought a grenade, a Tech 9, and a 25 automatic. I sent them, when he called from the bridge and say he getting off the bridge, I sent them down to a club he lose to me so he can fall him down.
The Jane Doe's?
Yeah. Sent both of them down there. So they get back down there. I had the girl, they come back in and tell me that he there. So I called out front. I called on the phone, tell them I'm thinking about just going to kill one of these motherfuckers in here and leave. You know, and then he said, no, don't, you know, try to just walk out first, you know, and then, you know, see if you can just walk out. I say, all right. He said, because he ain't want to be, you know, involved really in his, you know, car was registered in his name. So I had them, I sent the girls out the thing. I had the girl to bring a gun in. I gave the 25 automatic to the dude that was in there with me. I sent the girls out to get my 9.8 off the lot and pull it a little bit down the street, about a few buildings down the street, park in the middle of the street.
What color's your 9.8?
It's just a color. You know, and parked it down about a couple buildings from the club in the middle of the street, and I had the dude, the other John Doe, parked behind them in the middle of the street. And I'm talking on the phone. I tell him, I say, I'm gonna send the dude out first, and then I'm gonna come out behind him, just in case. Because the dudes kept going in and out the club like they was mounting up and strapping up out there. So I sent the dude, I told him I'm gonna send the dude out. When he get in the car, then I'm gonna come out just in case they get to shooting. I won't have him in the middle of the shit. But before, so I tell him we ready to come out now. Then as soon as I said that, the police, he come over there, the guard on the door, and start pet search, saying somebody say you got a gun on.
You said police. Can you describe this guy to me?
Only a white guy. I don't know what he looked like.
What do you have on?
He had on a security guard uniform.
Okay.
And he had an automatic 9mm on.
Did he have it in a holster?
Yeah, it was a Beretta. You know, so a small Beretta. So I'm talking on the phone still, and I see him over there petting the dude down, feeling all on his clothes. And he turned around and pointed, he had the gun on the dude while he was petting. He turned around and pointed the gun at me on the phone about 5 feet away. So I turned sideways like I couldn't hear, so he wouldn't be tripping on me because he pointed the gun at me because he knew we was together. And then he turned the gun back on him when I turned my back. I reached in my inside Tommy jacket, pulled the hammer back, only had 4 bullets in the gun. I think I shot somebody and I don't know. I pulled the hammer back and he felt the gun on the dude in his right pocket. As soon as he put his security guard put his gun in the holster when he felt the gun. He dug in the dude's pocket. That's when I pulled the gun up and just shot him 4 times. and everybody in the club ran. I ran out, and didn't nobody really see it, cause it was fall, real thick fog and storming outside. I ran down the street, jumped in the car, and rode and made a wrong turn and ran the car off the road. Cause we made a wrong turn, so I tried to make a U-turn, and the car went down on a little ditch. It was too muddy to get it out. Then we got out, got ready to start walking. And here come the other John Doe. He pulled up and picked us up. I was gonna have to pull my car out. And he said, fucking leave the car. I snatched my papers out of the car, and we went on back to St. Louis.
Okay.
I had on a Tommy blue jean jacket, Tommy hat. Both of us had on Tommy gold glasses. Me and the girl had on Tommy gold glasses. I had on a Tommy hat. I had on a Tommy shirt, a Tommy blue jean jacket, Tommy belt, Tommy pants, and Tommy shoes, and Tommy socks. Up under my blue jean jacket, I had a New York jersey on, beige with blue New York signs on. Under the Tommy jacket, you can see it a little bit. And she had on a New York jersey.
So both of you and the Jane Doe basically dressed alike?
She had on jeans, and both of us had on New York jerseys. I had mine over Tommy's shirt and under a Tommy jacket.
Okay. Now, after
you had glasses on, like.
Okay. Now you say after you ran out the club, you got stuck with the wood. Where's your car at now?
I don't know. I went back over there about 4 days later to pick it up, pull it out the ditch, it was gone.
Okay. The gun you used, the 38, where is it now?
You got it in your possession.
Okay. How did I get that gun?
A friend of mine, real close friend of mine, I had told him, that somebody else killed the dude with a gun that I had, which was Slick, but I killed Slick, but I had him under the impression that somebody else killed him, so he got locked up out of Lamberfield. They had like 5 keys and a lot of cash, so they locked him up and had them in the federal hold. The feds was holding them, and they holding them without bond. So he trying to make bond. He trying to get any kind of bond set so we can get out. He asked me, cause I still had the gun. I told him that I bought the gun from the dude. That I buried it in his backyard.
You buried whose backyard?
In the guy's backyard. I don't know his name. I don't even know his name. I forgot his name. On Missouri and Potomac, I believe. But I told him that the dude who killed the dude, this I had already told him this way before he got locked up, that dude killed him. And so when he got locked up, he had asked me what I do, what I do with that gun. He asked me where that gun was. I told him that gun is in the dude's backyard. The dude on Missouri. He said, did I know where he buried it? I told him, yeah, I know where he buried it at. So I ain't know nothing about the deal with you at first. He done made a deal with you. I don't know snitching, And he asked me if I talk to you to help ID this dude and say I was over there in page 10 with him, because that's who the murder was going to go on. Him and this girl, they fit the paper description, or sketches in the paper.
How you know there was sketch in the paper?
Because it just came out about a week ago and somebody showed it to me.
Okay, what kind of paper are we talking about?
I don't know. I think it's Granite City paper.
You're talking about a newspaper?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 2 sketches in there.
Okay.
A girl with some big brown glasses on, and a guy with a low haircut, long peanut head, and some square glasses. No, round gold glasses. And the girl had a lot of hair on her head. Ugly bitch. And in the meantime, he made a deal with you. You know, that you will try to talk to the prosecuting attorney about getting him out on bond and easing his sentence. And so he informed you about the gun being buried over there. And that's what he called me and told me that about the deal that he trying to make over there. You know, about the guard. He said they locked the dude up for 3 days and let him go because they went over there and dug up the yard and all that, and the gun wasn't there. You know, I knew what the gun was because I put it there. You know, so he called me. He said, man, they said they went over there. The homicide detectives came back over the scene. They said the gun was over. They dug the yard up, metal detectors and everything. They ain't found no gun. I say they lying. He said, won't you go over there and check and see if the dude still got the gun buried over there? Because he under the impression that the dude had the gun over there, you know, and the dude put the murder down. I ain't never tell him that I did, you know. And so I went over there 4 o'clock in the morning. Matter of fact, I buried the gun about 2 days before y'all supposed to went over there. And I went back over there after he talked to you and said he gonna, you know, gang college. You know, he don't want to be involved and work at General Motors. He don't want to be in the middle of that. So I called you. I went over there and dug the gun up. I dug up one hole with my fingers. It was about 4 inches under the ground, 5 inches under the ground. It wasn't there. I went over 6 inches and pulled it right out the ground. It had got rusted a little bit since it been in the ground in a plastic bag. I wiped the whole gun off, and I wiped the bullets off, put 2 bullets in there. You know, the last time when I shot the guard, I only had 4 bullets in the gun. So I wiped the bullets off and put 2 bullets in it and lined the chamber up so it'd be on, you know, the fire, you know, ready to fire the last 2 bullets. And that was the last time the gun was fired. And I went and got the gun, went around to the payphone, put some gloves on, wiped the chains off, and called you and told you. He called me and asked me, did I see the gun? And he said, asked me the ticket to y'all. Say I'm not getting in the middle of that shit. One, I don't know, snitch. You know what I'm saying? This dude been loyal to me all these years. You know what I'm saying? When he was out, gave me any, you know, I can get, if I need anything I ask for, I'm saying I can get. If I need $10,000 here to her, you know, it wasn't no problem. You know what I'm saying? And I did that for him. Other than that, I wouldn't have been in that shit, period.
Okay. So when you called me, what did you tell me you was gonna do with that gun?
I told you I was gonna get you the gun. I said I was gonna bring the gun to you. Side you gonna drop it on. I said on the St. Louis side, you said you don't know your way around too much in St. Louis. So I said I'll bring it on the east side. You said where you gonna put it? I said I'll tell you that after I put it where I'm gonna put it. I went over there, drove over there. Wiped the gun down again, put it in a white towel that had some coolie or something on it, dropped it in the trash can in front of Mickey's, the club right there about 50 feet from the police station, right there on the corner of the police station. I drove back across the water. As soon as I crossed the bridge, I went to the south side, wiped my chains, I put my gloves back on and called you. And told you where I said. You said you wasn't in the station right now, but you going to pick it up. And I told him, he called, I told him, you got the gun, and I said, you see, you was going to pick it up, so you should have the gun.
Is there anything else you can tell me about you shooting a security guard at page 10? Was there anything else involved in this?
I ain't want to kill him. I'm disappointed. I'm not really disappointed. I didn't want to kill him, but I didn't give a fuck. You know, what I wanted, I was disappointed because I didn't get to kill the motherfucker who got smoked with me.
You take the right